A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant policy shift, the U.S. government announced on Saturday that it is suspending visitor visas for individuals from Gaza. This decision follows a wave of social media outcry led by far-right influencer Laura Loomer, who has gained notoriety for her controversial views and close ties to former President Donald Trump. Loomer, known for promoting conspiracy theories and making incendiary claims, expressed outrage over the recent issuance of medical treatment visas to wounded Palestinians, alleging that they were affiliated with terrorist organizations. The State Department, now under the leadership of Marco Rubio, confirmed the suspension of all visitor visas from Gaza while it conducts a comprehensive review of the procedures that allowed a small number of temporary medical humanitarian visas to be issued in recent days. Loomer's posts on X, formerly known as Twitter, ignited a firestorm of criticism from right-wing circles, prompting Republican lawmakers to voice their concerns about the influx of Palestinian refugees into the United States. In one of her posts, Loomer questioned the legitimacy of allowing individuals she labeled as pro-Hamas into the country without providing any substantial evidence to support her claims. Her remarks targeted the charity Heal Palestine, which had facilitated the medical evacuation of critically injured Gazan children to the U.S. for treatment. Loomer's influence was evident as she received public commendation from Republican Congressman Randy Fine, who credited her for bringing the issue to the attention of lawmakers. The announcement from the State Department comes at a time when the humanitarian crisis in Gaza has reached alarming levels, with reports indicating that over 61,827 individuals have lost their lives due to ongoing conflict and famine conditions. The decision to halt visitor visas has raised questions about the U.S. policy towards refugees and the implications of such a move on humanitarian efforts. Loomer's campaign against the issuance of these visas reflects a broader trend among far-right activists who are increasingly vocal about immigration policies. As the situation evolves, many are left wondering how this policy shift will affect the ongoing humanitarian crisis in Gaza and the U.S.'s role in addressing it. The suspension of visitor visas has sparked a heated debate about national security, humanitarian obligations, and the influence of social media on government policy. Critics argue that the decision may hinder legitimate medical assistance for those in dire need, while supporters claim it is a necessary measure to safeguard national interests. The State Department has not disclosed how many visas have been affected by this suspension, nor has it provided a timeline for the completion of its review process. As the conflict in Gaza continues to escalate, the implications of this policy change will likely reverberate through both domestic and international spheres. The U.S. government's response to the ongoing crisis and its approach to immigration will be closely scrutinized in the coming weeks, as advocates for humanitarian aid and refugee rights push back against the narrative being shaped by far-right influencers. The complexity of the situation calls for a careful examination of the balance between national security and humanitarian responsibility, a challenge that the U.S. government must navigate in these tumultuous times. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.